we're going to talk about teaching today, but we're not going to talk about teaching. We're going to practice the art of teaching, the whole aspect of how you teach. And so we're going to change a lot of the ways that you've been taught and a lot of the things that you believed in. We're going to work at getting them gone away from your psyche and teaching you some very important things about what reality really is among human beings. So, first question I have to ask you is, who taught you how to teach?
My teachers.
Your teachers taught you how to teach? They all taught the same way? They all taught differently. So, what did you do then?
I took the best attributes from each teacher.
You copied, in other words. All right. All right. Who taught you how to teach, Heather?
I'd have to say my mom, because my parents have taught me more than any teacher I've ever had.
Who taught you how to teach?
Myself.
You taught yourself how to teach? Okay.
By experience.
By doing. Who taught you how to teach, James?
School.
School taught you how to teach? What school?
University.
All right. You know the reality, don't you? You taught yourselves how to teach. You learned it in the classroom. You experimented with other people's children. Shame on you. Think about it. Let's say you had a 5-year-old child and you took him to school. And you walked in there and the principal said, oh, Mr. Marquez, I'm glad you brought Ricardo this morning because I have a wonderful thing for you. We have a brand new teacher. And that's going to be Ricardo's teacher. And she doesn't know how to teach, but she and Ricardo are going to both learn how to teach together. What should Mr. Marquez do with Ricardo? Pick his little butt up and take him somewhere else. That is training teachers in America. That's how we do it. That's why everybody does it differently. That is why some teachers are excellent and some teachers are not excellent. Because it's all about trial and error. And you cannot have consistency and you cannot have success when you're using systems of trial and error and every individual is experiencing a different thing. Teaching has to be first a science that then becomes an art. Even the artist has to first learn the basics of good art before they can become an artist. That's what we've done incorrectly in this country. We've not given you something that you can grasp, something that you can use consistently, and something that you can depend on day in and day out in that classroom before we send you into that classroom. That's why her parents taught her better to teach than the teachers she had. You ever think of those things? How many of you struggled when you learned how to teach? Couldn't maintain discipline? Had problems with it? Yeah. You ask questions in your class? A lot of questions? Who answers the questions in your class, Laura? Your students. Mario, who answers the questions in your class? Okay. Reggie? Regis, I'm sorry. Who answers the questions in your class? Both teachers and students. Katie? Who answers the questions in your class? All right. None of you have given me what the research says. All of you have given me what you think and what you perceive. What do you think the research says? Brent? Who said over here? Yeah. You spend your whole day talking to yourselves. Yes, you do. You ask a question, it doesn't get answered in a hurry, and boom, you throw out the answer. And now they know it, right? No, the only one who knows it is you. You spend the entire day talking to yourselves. You know what the research says about you and me? From the time you became a teacher to now, you know your subject matter better than you ever have, or you're going to learn your subject matter better than anyone else. Why, Casio? Why is it that you're getting smarter and they're not?
Repetition.
You spend your whole day talking to yourself. You learn your subject. They don't. You ever thought about that? If you're going to do anything in life, no matter what it is, you should learn to be a problem solver. You should try to find out why things happen, why they occur, and why you're in the situation you're in, so that you can make it a better circumstance. It's a wonderful question. Why? In the 1990s, we came up with an even better plan for teachers. We decided that teachers didn't know what they were doing, so we gave them a script. And every program that came in had a script. And it said, you don't have to think, you don't have to do anything, just here. Your lesson plan is written for you. You're told everything you need to do, don't deviate from the plan, and it'll work. Did it work? No. The thing that works is when you have a teacher in the classroom that thinks. That thinks.